Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to another episode of the Islamic Defense Podcast. Today we're talking about women, more specifically, women in Hinduism. Now, I know you're tired of me talking about women in Hinduism. Now, I get asked questions like,
Brother, why are you talking about women in Hinduism? What about women in Islam?
This is like the first thing the Hinduism people will come and attack me with. Every time I make a video about Hinduism, I always get attacked by by the most obnoxious Hinduism people. And the first argument, the only argument they come up with is that,
hey, what about Islam? Why don't you talk about Islam?
Listen, when I make a video about Hinduism, address my arguments. Okay, don't do red herrings. I'm not here to talk about Islam. I have other videos where I talk about Islam. In these videos, I'm talking about Hinduism. So if you have an argument to refute my argument, bring the argument. Otherwise, don't try to do a two-Q fallacy.
Don't try it, boy.
Don't try to point the finger at me. Address the issues with your own religion. Okay, and I say that respectfully. However, there's a disclaimer I want to make. When I talk about Hinduism, these are just my take, and I don't mean any disrespect to any Hindus watching this, because that's not my intention. My purpose is not to insult any Hindus who's watching these videos. I simply want to do a comparative religious type of debate. So think of it that way. And as a matter of fact, I would recommend that if you're a Hindu and you don't like this type of videos or your religion being criticized, then don't watch it. If you're not okay with that, you don't have to watch it. Again, I take religious sentiment very, very seriously on this channel. So yeah, with all that out of the way, let's focus on what we're gonna talk about. So in my previous video, I talked about how the Hindu gods, according to Hinduism, apparently created women to be evil and sinful in nature. Check out my Hinduism Exposed playlist. Today, we'll go a little deeper. So let's read a verse from the good old manusmriti, ladies and gentlemen, and let's see what it says. Manusmriti, book number 2, verses 213 to 214, it says, "To defile, seduce man is the nature of woman. Ooh. Hence the wise are never infatuated nor circumspected about them. Man by nature is subject to lust and anger. Women are quite competent to lead even the wise man astray. Not to speak of fools, they're easy victims." You can read about this, TRMN. This is his translation. I love it how these verses are describing women. Like the only thing they have left to do is like seduce men. Like that's like all they do. They just go to school and they just look for ways to seduce men. That's like their job. So yeah, this is now I understand the Manusmriti is basically commentary of like the scholars of Hinduism. So I can understand that some people taking issues with this. However, you need to understand something. The people who wrote Manusmriti are knowledgeable people, especially when it comes to Hinduism. I mean, they have studied Hinduism more, 100 times more than average Hindus. So when you talk about Hinduism, these people do have authority. And this is the reason why I'm addressing them and why I take them very, very seriously, because scholarly work should be taken seriously. And Manusmriti, for the most part, is written by very wise sages, right? Or rishis, as they call them. So according to these verses, women are just there to make you horny. It's nice to know that, as a matter of fact, the Hindus wanted men to be so horny that the rishis or the scholars even warned men against their own mothers.
Nani?
I'm not joking. So there's a few interesting verses that I'm gonna read, and you can check it out for yourself, where they actually warn men against their own sisters and their own mothers. Let's read them. Book 2, verse I think is 215. It says, "One should not sit in a lonely place with one's mother, sister, or daughter, for the senses are powerful and master even a learned man." Now, I don't know what's going on here. but it sounds like there's kind of like a incest situation going on back in the day. So maybe that's why they wrote it. And I mean, I don't know why Hindu men are being warned against their own mothers and sisters. I mean that would certainly explain the average IQ of most Indians. Relax, no need to have me bloody. That was a joke. Regardless, so yeah, Hinduism has some strange description when it comes to women. For example, another verse says, Valmiki Ramayana, Aryana Kanda, Sarga 45, 29 to 30, it says, "Thou art a very goddess unto me, I therefore dare not answer thee. What thou hast spoken, O Mathila, is nothing surprising for females. Such is the nature of womankind on this earth. Women by nature are crooked, fickle, devoid of religious knowledge, and bring about difference between father and sons." Again, this is a translation by T.R. M.N. Dutt. Okay, so according to this beautiful Ramayana verses, women are uneducated, basically they're stupid and evil. So, which is funny because, you know, the Hindu goddess of knowledge is a woman. It's Saraswati. I mean, they dedicated their whole entire temples that are only dedicated to Saraswati. Which begs the question, I mean, if women are uneducated and evil, then why is Saraswati the goddess of knowledge? I mean, that doesn't make any sense. So what the hell? What's going on here? I mean, if women are uneducated, then and Saraswati is a woman, then Saraswati is also uneducated. Then if she is uneducated, then how the hell does she become the god of knowledge or goddess of knowledge? That's a contradiction. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, did the Hindu gods not know that Saraswati is a woman? Were they confused? Again, there could be two possibilities. Either they knew and they still made her the goddess of knowledge. In that case, they have no idea what the hell they're doing, which shows that they're incompetent. And if they're incompetent, then they can be gods. Two is that they didn't know that women are uneducated. In that case, their power are limited and their knowledge is limited, therefore they can be called gods. Either way, this creates a huge philosophical contradiction, and this technical proof again proves why Hinduism is false. Regardless, with this I'm done. I know this is a short video because my previous video was so long, and I know who you are, you're watching. Most of you didn't watch the full thing, which is really unfortunate because I put a lot of work into it. But anyway, this video is gonna be short one. So thank you guys for watching, and again, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and please, if you can, support me on Patreon. It does help. And yeah, with that I want to end the video. Thank you guys for watching. Jazakallah khairan. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.